muina kwaba at the bank as native for in any Re-Collations and some for a course our Ghana memuha. I for a year 9 seats. I am called a Re-Collation a mu 7, mu poly 7. Nina Quaco year MVP Amanukune dear. Na NDC mpanimfo no youth no bebre na aka sentinel Re-Collation mo ye ne nyama na matif ekos no ye mame Jane Mensa oya bias na ye no nko afensu no judge otina asasem no so mo ye Re-Collation no bebre na aka sensa pa oya partisan na ye eja Afari on EC chairman party for oba so cha for gusu a obo adwuma pa akọ ne pension time so sad ne sembia beto do sentinel and yes mame no oya bias mu de ne adwuma pa na tifo oye oye ne juma friend chim na vise ise juma na ese wo support NDC na se support MPP na mum de ade a wo kwan ese se oye no na se oye se na oman Ghana betumi enya ne ntama pa efura enu tie MPP na kuno tie de eja Afari eso sa editu do ambra medamu ina as
this kind of confusion in which we find ourselves, but I insist that we must rethink the caliber of people we appoint
and advise your students that seek. That shall be given.
We must rethink the caliber of people. You know, Afari has always been saying this. You see, the last time I listened to Afari, he was not even people bother so much about how our EC officials are appointed. Afari said it's not even about how they are appointed because everybody would have to be appointed by somebody. Yes. Appointees will not come from the moon. But he's talking about how the person is able to conduct himself or herself. Your courage, your confidence, and your ability to want to hold on to your own.
That's the case of Salab's Attorney General. He said it is not the appointment. And we are Ghanaians, and we are in the closed-circuit community. Yes. So if you want to see who is here or there, you won't appoint anybody.
Yes. Yes. So it's about how the person conducts himself, and that is for me critical. How I saw the bantering between you and that EC.
So that's why the court said they moved the standard from likelihood of bias to real likelihood of bias. Yeah, it must be real.
It is not appropriate. So the EC heads must begin to also talk to their EC head should begin to talk to the people they appoint to work at some of these collation centers, so that per their conduct and their comportment and their utterances, they would not give themselves out so easily as having taken a certain. You know, already there is this belief that the NDC was going to have a two-thirds majority, and so then some people have been contracted to put some small sand in their garage so that
allegation.
And so you don't have to do things.
1 million of them will not
you don't have to do things. You don't have to do
1 million of such allegations.
But you don't have to do things in a manner that fester that kind of perception, allegation and perception. You don't have to do that.
And in fact, that leads into the next question, Prof. That point you just made. And I want you to still stay on it, because there's been that contention that could the Electoral Commission have acted differently because of the same perception, or in some cases, the reality of the outcomes of their actions that has impacted on how people perceive the neutrality and independence of the Commission itself. We have seen over the period the posture and conduct of some members of the Commission that has raised concern. And now this particular decision that even though they acted on a court order, we're seeing how things are playing out. Does that concern you?
Well, I'm worried. I think that first, I don't know whether immediate an emergency IPAC meeting was convened prior to the decision.
There was supposed to be an IPAC meeting yesterday.
It was called and called off.
It was called and called off.
Yes.
So I'm thinking that, you see,
but one was being held yesterday.
Yes. So given the brouhaha, I think the EC could have quickly summoned an IPAC meeting, to discuss some of these things. Even proud to...
No, Prof. This matter has become very political. Because you see, we got declarations made in our favor, NDC. MPP says they disagree. Then the commandeer, for instance, Fantiakwa North, declarations made in Begro to be brought to Tesano and declared. Yes.
But was that supposed to be the case?
No.
Okay, so if
hold on. Not pursuant to any court order.
Yeah.
Not pursuant to any laid down law.
Yeah.
So now they are relying on the Tesano declaration. Yeah. NDC is relying on the Fantiakwa declaration. Yeah. How will IPAC resolve this?
No,
you understand?
This is gone beyond IPAC.
Yeah, so why
the rightful forum should be in the court.
Exactly. So it has to be a court of law, like the Constitution says.
What I don't like personally is the discussions of the content, even before the court.
You mean the merits?
The merits.
The merits of the matter. Yes.
You see, Ghana is the only place we have.
Personally, can only take a court.
Losing election will not bring your life to zero.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, so let us agree that we will promote.
Some people, it's bread and butter for them.
But
you are a lawyer.
Yes, please.
Because you see, as soon as the last Saturday declaration were made at Reach, the NDC, we issued a statement and said, we disregard all that. So the issue has become political. So IPAC can't resolve it. These are not electoral
questions. Then IPAC could resolve, but
no.
You can't division.
But will you agree? Will you agree? You and your people. Will you agree that the second declarations didn't favor you?
We are
so disengaged.
No,
but
you understand? So you agree, and then this will
the reason why I was calling for a swift IPAC meeting is that you see it could have set a certain tone or stage for the comportment of the EC officials at the various collation centers. You see, the way they behaved, it showed that
Prof,
they are taking.
Prof, you'll be shocked.
Please.
EC officials.
No,
Okay.
No, so the way they behaved suggested to me that they had taken a certain stance, and they were there to execute that stance.
Some bidding.
And I felt that, look, if there had been a prior meeting or discussion, I mean, some of these things would have been tamed or watered down. But it was not good. I mean, I was just looking at the way and manner, the exchanges and other stuff. You are an EC official. And then the allegations of the vote being declared under duress. I kept asking myself that where were the security agencies when people were being forced to act under duress?
Let me assist you. Dr. Bosman-Sari made the point that some returning officer had a gun pointed to his head before he declared.
No, you see,
when he was asked to point to which constituency this happened, then he started talking about Tama Central. When we told him that nothing like that happened in Tama Central, then he came to Okankwe Central.
No, you see,
your own journalist from here asked him that if he said somebody had a gun to his head, where did this happen? When these processes were covered by so many media houses. So it appears that he's been given some script to narrate. And he's stuck to that narrative.
So you see why Bosman-Sari and Jim Mensah must go.
I don't want to talk about.
You see why they have to go.
No, this is
I'm saying I don't want to use Bosman-Sari's case as an example. As a Bosman-Sari.
No, but as a high-ranking EC official, you don't feed into such a narrative.
Let me make my point.
Wait.
I'm saying that I don't want to use his case as an example because with the greatest of respect to him, I think anytime he speaks, I mean, he offends people's mood and sensibilities rather than
assuaging them.
I thought he was your colleague.
Yeah, he was my colleague, but I think on a lighter note, he's the Napo in the EC, and I think he doesn't sound conciliatory. I mean, how do you say that those listen?
In this case,
oh wait, I use it figuratively. I'm using it figuratively. He's a Napo in the EC. How do you say that those asking for your removal
they
do
don't
not
understand
your mandate? I mean, others were removed before you came. And so this one, you see, if they are talking about this, you don't even say something. Just allow